Divine countdown has begun on September 18. Archangel Michael says, only 10 seconds left. Open this secret message now. Don't share. It's just for you. September 18. Mark it. Do not look away. That date is not just another moment on the calendar. It is an intersection in eternity. A divine interruption where heaven leaned in and paused time. The angels did not mark it lightly. A scroll was opened. A seal was broken. And the heavens whispered your name. Archangel Michael, commander of the armies of the Lord, guardian of thresholds, protector of sacred destinies, he steps forward now. Not with fanfare, not with spectacle, but with assignment. This is not a general word. This is not mass-distributed prophecy. This is not a post for the masses. This is for you. For the one who has ears tuned beyond the noise. For the one whose name trembles on the edge of obedience. For the one who has been feeling the stir, the press, the unseen hand pulling the thread of their life toward something unexplainable but undeniable. This is not for everyone. It is a sealed summons, whispered, not shouted, hidden, not viral. This transmission is not meant to be forwarded. It is sacred. It is personal. It is surgical. The Father speaks in whispers when the moment carries weight. And this is one of those moments. A prophetic turning point. A divine timestamp in the records of heaven. And now, 10 seconds. These are not idle numbers. This is not poetic metaphor. This is a heavenly countdown, both literal and symbolic. A divine pause before a decisive pivot. 10 seconds between resistance and release. 10 seconds between hesitation and holy surrender. 10 seconds that will divide those who hear and dismiss from those who hear and align. Feel it now. A room stills. A hush moves through the space. The atmosphere shifts, not with thunder but with tension. A tightening in your throat. A flicker of electricity along your spine. A breath that doesn't quite finish. You are not imagining this. You are in the prelude of a divine transmission. You are standing in a spiritual chamber where time obeys eternity. Heaven is waiting. This message is secret because it is sealed in covenant. Your name was known before you asked. Your moment was scheduled before you were formed. And now, the appointment has arrived. If this moment is ignored, the transfer waits for another. But if it is received, something will shift. Something will release. Something will realign. But before anything else, be still. Be silent. Do not move forward yet. The vessel must be quiet before the oil is poured. Close your eyes. Unclench your hands. Still your breath. Heaven is about to speak, but only to the ones who are ready. Watch for the signal. Listen for the stillness. The countdown begins. Archangel Michael is near. Receive the authority of the voice that now comes. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 666 is now surrounding you. In the next 10 seconds, something ancient touches something new. Something eternal presses into your temporary. In the passing of breath, your name is being whispered in the courts of heaven. Not shouted, not announced, whispered. Because this is a secret assignment, and only those with ears to the ground of heaven can hear it. You, the listener. You, whose heart has grown strangely quiet in this hour. You who feel the change coming before it is seen. You who have not told anyone, but sense the invisible rearranging your atmosphere. Heaven knows. And heaven has summoned Michael, not just as a watcher, but as a witness to the call over your life. His sword is not drawn without reason. His presence is not stirred without a divine moment being weighed. September 18 is not just a day on your calendar. It is a convergence point, a divine threshold. And the countdown has begun. 10 seconds. 10 divine beats. 10 spiritual heartbeats. 10 layers of choice and alignment. 10 echoes that separate yesterday's limitation from tomorrow's authority. And in this countdown, life doesn't look different, but everything feels off. The noise of the world keeps moving, yet you're aware something has paused around you. A divine hush. A slowing down of breath. A sense that something is being pulled from the unseen into the seen. That's not imagination. That's heaven beginning to break in. This isn't a moment to scroll past. This is a prophetic interruption, tailored for your spirit, assigned to your calling. Michael enters, not with golden light, but with blue-white fire, piercing, searing, protective. His arrival smells of incense, not the kind that burns, but the kind that cleanses. There is no thunder, yet your chest thumps like the sound of a trumpet is being felt instead of heard. It is not loud, but it is inescapable. You know this moment is marked. This voice is not human. This word is not earthly. The summons is not sourced from social media or algorithms, but comes straight from the throne. The atmosphere shifts because a warrior from the heavens has stepped into your room. There is a sealed instruction for your next step. The Archangel speaks. Open it now. Not tomorrow. Not when you're comfortable. Not when you feel spiritual enough. Now. You feel the pressure on your skin. It's the weight of glory. Do you feel the trembling in your hands? That's the nearness of command. You are in the moment. The 10 seconds are not ahead of you. You are in them. Right now. And they will either seal what heaven has intended or they will slip like vapor through disobedience. This is a test. Will you obey the inner command? Or will you excuse it away? Will you receive? Or will you dismiss? Will you say, "Speak, Lord," or scroll to the next soundbite? Do not forward this message. Do not repost. This is heaven's private dispatch to your spirit. What is sacred loses its oil when shared outside the sanctuary. This word was entrusted to you, and that makes it holy. Still your breath. Unclench your hands. Remove all distraction. The posture of your body must echo the posture of your soul. Silence is not passive. It is preparatory. Now speak these words, not as a chant but as a key. Michael, I receive. Open what heaven intends. My ears are tuned. My spirit is aligned. My yes is ready. And in the echo of those words, something cracks open. A ripple through your soul. A shift in the atmosphere around you. A veil beginning to part. A betrayal about to be revealed. But fear not. This is not exposure to hurt you. It is exposure to prepare you. The secrets in the next section are not meant to break you, but to test your readiness for the rise ahead. The countdown continues. What you discover next will rearrange everything. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. They do not say it to your face, but it hath been said. They do not walk away in the open, but they are already walking. You have felt it. You have sensed it. The shift behind the smiles. The eyes that no longer hold light. The tone that no longer welcomes. And you wonder if you're just being sensitive. You're not. What you feel is real. There are watchers whispering where friends once breathed freely. This is not paranoia. It is prophecy. There has been a spiritual disturbance, and it is not random. The betrayal was scheduled. The tension was permitted. And you have been chosen to see what others ignore. You have been granted divine discomfort so that you do not settle where you were never meant to stay. Let us speak plainly now. The air has grown thick. You have noticed small, strange changes. A text left unanswered. A glance that lingered too long. A promise once spoken now conveniently forgotten. You replay conversations. You analyze greetings. You sense a knowing shift, a spiritual side glance in the realm of relationships. But these signs are not your imagination. They are symptoms of something deeper, the spiritual misalignment permitted by heaven to expose the cracks before they collapse the foundation. You are those who know something, but not all. They sense your rise, but they misread your silence. They discern the oil, but they mistake it for weakness. And so they lean in close, not to celebrate but to collect. To listen. To twist. To report. You are not in ordinary company anymore. You are being spiritually observed. Your unrest is a fingerprint. Insomnia that doesn't obey reason. Tears that come without trigger. Emotional fragility even when circumstances are stable. That is not brokenness. It is the weight of your next dimension pushing through the womb of this one. What you feel is not depression. It is detection. Heaven is detecting false alliances and cutting them loose. Watch carefully. The gossip is not about you. It's about your glory. Words move like clay, soft at first, but hardening into false shapes. Every lie whispered is a perversion of the truth they fear. The enemy does not attack what is empty, he attacks what is full of promise. The whispers come not to define you but to distract you from focus, from prayer, from obedience. Did you not notice the timing? The doors that should have opened, but slammed. The calls that were scheduled, but vanished. The invitations that were delayed, not denied, just derailed. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual diversions, manufactured to pull your eyes from the path. But now, Archangel Michael speaks. This unrest is not random. It is divine arrangement, to test, to reveal, to promote. Your enemies have spoken, but so has heaven. This isolation, this confusion, this heartbreak, it is a refining fire. You are being purified, not punished. You are being prepared for what others are not strong enough to carry. The sorrow you feel is not for nothing. It is shaping your discernment. It is sharpening your edge. It is unmasking what cannot follow you forward. So ask yourself, who benefits from my distraction? Who waits for my collapse? Who rejoices when I retreat? Let the questions burn. Let them uncover what flattery tried to hide. The ones smiling loudest may be the ones hiding knives behind their backs. The false light flickers just before exposure. But do not fear. Heaven is watching the watchers. Michael has taken up your defense. Love wars with suspicion. Loyalty wrestles with preservation. You want to speak, to clear the air, but heaven says be still. Your silence is not weakness. It is surveillance. You are being tested not in battle, but in restraint. This is spiritual espionage. Heaven watches to see if you can carry power without using it to punish. If you can see betrayal and still walk in holiness. If you can lose without losing your worship. But this is not the end. This is the exposure before elevation. What breaks now will not break you. It will break open the next level. Keep your posture. Keep your peace. The conflict around you is framing the battle above you, and the next section reveals how to reframe it from heaven's perspective. Type I am covered in the comments if this message is for you. Blessing code 3311 is now encircling your next steps. As Archangel Michael exposes betrayal and realigns your path, you have the chance to become a vessel for others' awakening. Your support can be the open gate someone else walks through. When you give, you sow into a harvest of truth, protection, and divine reversal. God is moving, and you can be part of that move. I hear the Spirit say, the oil will not run dry where there is obedience. If this word has confirmed your spirit and aligned your walk, I invite you to take the next step. Support the spread of this message through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or through PayPal. Link is in the video description below. Your giving is not a donation. It is a divine act. It carries the scent of sacrifice and the strength of surrender. To everyone who responds, may the oil on your life increase, and may angels move on your behalf. Give as heaven leads. Blessing follows obedience. Act now. The tension is real. The deception is real. The betrayal is not imagined. But now, hear the voice of the Archangel who stands not among men, but beside the throne of the Most High. What feels like war is not destruction. It is refinement. What feels like collapse is not failure. It is reordering. This conflict is not about your feelings. It's about your function. Heaven has permitted the shaking to reveal what must go and to reinforce what must remain. Every delay, every diversion, every betrayal has been sovereignly weighed, filtered, and divinely allowed, not to break you, but to burn away the lesser. This is a furnace moment. A divine fire is separating the dross from the gold in your life. The surface-level peace you once clung to was never meant to last. It was a false stability, and God is pulling it down to rebuild something indestructible within you. Michael is not passive. He is not merely a messenger. He is mobilizing. Assignments are being shifted. Boundaries are being reinforced. The angels are not waiting for you to collapse. They are waiting for you to align. There are strategic repositionings in the spirit realm right now, countermeasures being deployed against every demonic tactic that sought to blur your direction and hijack your inheritance. Listen closely. You were chosen not because of your perfection, but because of your placement. You are not in this battle by accident. The warfare around you is a sign of the weight you carry in the spirit. This is not personal. It is prophetic. The enemy isn't just trying to offend you. He's trying to delay your assignment. But what the enemy designed as interference, heaven is reframing as initiation. You must understand the spiritual mechanics behind the scenes. There are voices trying to rewrite your narrative, people who want to control your story, twist your witness, and silence your authority. These are not coincidences. These are early attempts to steal your mantle. But heaven is not idle. Heaven counters with divine delays, with strategic silence, and with prophetic softening, allowing your spirit to mature before your platform expands. And here's what heaven is watching: your response. Panic multiplies confusion. But silence, holy silence, invites intervention. Stillness is not laziness. It is warfare. It is how the wise battle when the fog of war clouds the next step. To be still in the face of accusation is not weakness. It is the weapon of the spiritually trained. Let me speak to your symptoms now. That anxiety you've been feeling, it's not emotional. It's a summons to stand in faith. A sudden loss. It wasn't subtraction. It was staging for a return and divine increase. A betrayal you didn't see coming. It was not an attack. It was a pruning that will produce abundance you couldn't access in your last circle. Every sorrow you swallowed in silence had been archived by heaven. Not one tear was wasted. And above all, hear this: you are seen. You are known. Your name is registered in the halls of heaven. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are being guided through the fire, not around it. You are being refined to carry what your enemies can't even imagine. You were not built for comfort, you were built for covenant. Now is the time to align. Realign your posture. Adjust your perspective. Open your hands and release what heaven never gave. Pray without panic. Obey without full explanation. Trust without tangible proof. Michael stands as both guardian and judge. What cannot go forward with you, he is removing. What is vital for your next, he is guarding. Let heaven work. Let Michael war. Let the fire finish what fear tried to postpone. And be warned, the pressure is about to increase. But not to break you. It is the sign that heaven is about to act with power. The next section is not theory. It is a prophetic announcement of heaven's impending movement. Ready yourself. Type "I am prepared" in the comments if this word is aligning with your spirit. Blessing code 7744 is now shielding your decisions. The countdown has not paused, it has accelerated. September 18 approaches like a sealed scroll, its contents unreadable to those who lack spiritual sight, but pulsing with urgency for those who are listening. The window is narrowing. The heavens are moving swiftly. And now, Archangel Michael declares with divine clarity, within 72 hours, the opposition escalates. This is not fear-mongering. This is not drama. This is prophetic intelligence, released in mercy so that the chosen may stand. The enemy has detected your shift. He has read the signs in the spirit. He has seen the angelic presence encircle you. He has noted the oil thickening on your name. And so now, like a desperate thief sensing his final moment, he will move. He will accelerate pressure in hopes of catching you unguarded, not because you are weak, but because you are rising. Expected. A sudden conversation designed to steal your peace. A strange message that rattles your clarity. A moment of confrontation that feels oddly out of place, but surgically targeted to hit your deepest wound. These are not random. These are carefully timed distractions disguised as interactions. Within these next 72 hours, expect strange patterns, abrupt cancellations, unexplained fatigue, flashbacks of old fears, conversations that pull at old insecurities. Watch the calendar. These are moves in a war you are just beginning to understand. You may feel like a chess piece being shifted, meetings rescheduled, people suddenly becoming unavailable, strange opportunities that look too convenient. Do not lean on natural understanding. This is a spiritual strategy. Heaven's orchestration may feel like disruption, but it is protection through repositioning. Michael speaks again. Stay vigilant. Not paranoid, vigilant. Be aware of what seems off, but do not panic. The enemy thrives on your reaction. Your stillness will be your sword. Guard your spirit in these 72 hours with intentionality. Do not over-explain. Do not publicize. Do not vet online. The pressure will tempt you to share what should remain secret, but heaven's strategy relies on concealment for protection. Begin to tighten your circle. Speak only to those with spiritual weight. Choose 2 trusted individuals who can war in prayer with you, not panic, not speculate, but war. Heaven does not ask you to isolate, but it does call you to be strategic in your confidences. Loose lips leak favor. Divine plans need hidden places to mature. Each morning in these next 3 days, speak this aloud. I will not be moved. It is not a way, it is a decree. It is a standing order in the heavens. In journal. Write down what you see, what you feel, what you dream. These fragments are not clutter. They are code. Pieces of divine intelligence being dropped into your spirit to prepare you for what follows. Be cautious, not of people but of conclusions. You will see fragments of truth, but do not rush to build full narratives. The enemy specializes in manipulation through assumption. He will show you one piece and hope you craft a story that causes you to exit your post too early. Resist premature conclusions. Stay anchored. Stay hidden. Stay still. Above all, guard your tongue. What you speak in this window either accelerates angelic movement or gives the enemy legal access. Heaven works through silence as much as through sound. This is not the time to post. This is the time to pray. The pressure is not here to break you. It is here to reveal you. Heaven wants to see if you will fight for your future by remaining under divine instruction. Can you remain quiet while being pressed? Can you remain obedient without full clarity? This is the test. And when the pressure peaks, remember this: elevation always begins with escalation. The breaking apart is not the end. It is the final sign that breakthrough is near. The countdown hasn't ended. It is tightening its grip. Every second carries weight. Every silence is sacred. Every step is being recorded in the heavens. And when the 10th second strikes, what you say, do, and withhold will write the script for your next season. Type "I will not be moved" in the comments if this message has confirmed what you've been sensing. Blessing code 5566 now surrounds you with divine vigilance. Be still. Be still now. This is not the stillness of apathy or weakness. This is the stillness of divine strategy. The stillness of one who knows they are surrounded, covered, guarded. The stillness of one who walks under the wings of the Almighty while the earth beneath them shakes. You are not passive. You are not retreating. You are postured in the most powerful position a chosen one can take. Silent obedience under divine protection. The heavens do not tremble when you shout. They move when you yield. And in this moment, as the countdown tightens and the warfare escalates, the Archangel Michael stands at your defense with sword drawn, not waiting for your panic, but responding to your stillness. The less you move in the flesh, the more angels move in the spirit. This is a sacred pause, not a delay, not a stall, a divine holding pattern where heaven is surrounding you while earthly things attempt to close in. You are not missing your moment. You are being hidden in it. And what hides you now will reveal you in power later. Begin now. Create a daily chamber of silence. Even 10 minutes of sacred stillness will draw angelic defense. Stillness is the doorway through which heavenly intelligence enters. This silence is not for daydreaming. It is for hearing, for hosting, for holding the word of the Lord in your bones until it becomes unshakable truth. And when anxiety rises, as it will, you speak not to fear, but to your spirit. You declare with strength, I am watched. I am hidden. I am being prepared. You not ask for signs from earth. Let your confidence be in the movements of heaven you cannot yet see. If you cannot trace God's hand, trust His positioning. You are being hidden for preservation, not neglected in delay. Do not engage with rumor. Refuse the invitation to respond. Gossip is a spirit of fragmentation. It steals energy, leaks vision, and reroutes focus. Your silence does not make you weak. It makes you dangerous. Every time you refuse to explain yourself, heaven hears it as an offering. You are no longer in the realm of reactions. You are now in the realm of strategy. Michael speaks again. Guard your gates. Guard your soul. Guard your timing. The people you answer to in this hour must be few, and they must be consecrated. Do not multiply your counsel. Do not invite unqualified opinions into your holy process. Every voice you allow access becomes a potential delay or distortion. And there are physical actions that mirror spiritual posture. Begin to unclench your hands when tension rises. Breathe deep and slow when confusion starts to build. Speak aloud when your thoughts become chaotic. Break the loop with heaven's truth. Walk when you feel stuck. Pray when you feel small. Write when you feel overwhelmed. These are not mere coping mechanisms. They are weapons of stillness, heaven's tools to protect your frame while your spirit wars silently. Each morning, declare what is unseen but already true. I walk under Michael's banner. What is mine is returning. My silence is not surrender. It is strategy. Begin to restrict your public commentary. If it is not time to speak, then do not explain, do not defend, do not perform. The hidden are not forgotten. They are being ready. And some doors you are tempted to re-enter must now be closed permanently. Not all access is holy. Not every opportunity is assignment. Choose rest. Protect it like treasure. Heaven does its best work when you sleep in obedience. Let your nights be sealed with peace. Speak this simple prayer before sleep. Michael, stand watch while I rest. Let what is being arranged for me finish without interruption. And now, as you prepare, find two who are trustworthy, two who are prayerful, two who will hold the gate without demanding to know every detail. Tell them little, but ask them to stand. In silence, in strength, in faith. Let this be your shield, not intellect, not charisma, not performance, but stillness. Your stillness is louder than your enemy's accusations. Your silence is more prophetic than your critics' assumptions. Heaven will move. Heaven will guard. Michael has drawn the line, and the enemy cannot cross it. Type "I am shielded" in the comments if you are stepping into this stillness. Blessing code 8880 is now activating divine cover over your entire household. The silence has not broken you. The stillness has not starved you. It has trained your senses. It has reawakened your discernment. And now heaven pivots. The pressure that once confined you is about to become the platform that carries you. The voice of Archangel Michael echoes again through the chambers of your spirit. What was designed to crush you has become the ground beneath your rise. This is your shift moment. Not external yet, not announced yet, but undeniable. Something within has clicked into place. The heaviness that once silenced you has now become the weight of authority resting on your shoulders. What you endured was not random. It was rehearsal. It was the secret schooling of the Spirit, and you have passed unseen tests. You were not ignored. You were groomed. Your identity is changing. You are no longer the wounded one. You are no longer the weeping prophet sitting in the ashes. You are not the silent sufferer walking among betrayals. You are the warrior rising from sacred silence with a new name written on your back. Your whisper is turning into a voice. Your hiding place is becoming a holy launching pad. The place of pain has now become the birthplace of power. See it. Feel it. Heaven is no longer just preserving you. It is now promoting you. You are not moving because you decided to. You are moving because heaven has opened the gate. The chain hath been unlocked. The seal has been broken. What resisted your rise before now becomes the witness to your ascension. And those who watched you suffer will now watch you soar. Let heaven shift your metaphors. You are no longer buried. You are planted. The coals that pressed on you have become fire in your bones. The river that seemed to dry up is now being redirected to water new fields. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning of dominion. Your oil has thickened on your life. The weight you feel is not burden, it is mantle. And now you must begin to declare your transformation. Not just internally, but audibly. Speak life over what once looked like loss. Say aloud, I will not be defined by their words. My next step is ordained, and I receive it. I am not the wounded. I am the watchman. This is not a moment for emotional reaction. It is a moment for empowered movement. Begin to shift from fear into small steps of obedience. What project have you delayed? What conversation have you postponed? What unfinished act of faith still lingers in your spirit? Now is the time. Return the call. Submit the application. Finish the writing. Speak the yes. Obedience doesn't always feel grand, but it activates realms. Heaven honors obedience wrapped in quiet courage. The kind of courage that doesn't announce itself, but leaves a trail of glory in its wake. If you need to break an old tie, write it down and burn it. If you need to draw a new boundary, stand and speak it in your room as a covenant. If you need to embody the strength heaven is giving, stand upright, lift your hands, and stay there for 60 seconds, not as performance, but as a prophetic gesture. A frame what failed. It didn't end you. It informed you. What was denied was implemented with predicament. The closed door was the Father's way of safeguarding your future from premature exposure. Even your delays were divine data. Your silence has now become fierce witness. You are no longer reactive. You are radiant. You are dangerous to darkness. You are carrying power that doesn't shout. It shakes dimensions. Archangel Michael is not just guarding you now. He is assigning favor to you, pushing back resistance, and clearing the path that will showcase the God who kept you hidden for this moment. Say this aloud. I am chosen for this hour. Heaven has shifted in my favor. But I lost. I will carry in multiplied form. This is not just survival. This is momentum. And it starts with your movement. Even if the step is small, take it. For every inch you move in obedience, heaven moves miles in your favor. Type I am rising in the comments if this is your pivot moment. Blessing code 4488 is igniting a fresh wave of empowerment around your name. It begins now. The Unsealing. The scroll you could not read when you were crying. The chapter that was locked while you were breaking. The reason heaven was silent when your heart was pleading. Now, Archangel Michael declares, let the revelation come. Let the hidden be made clear. Let the sealed pain give birth to visible purpose. This is the hour of revelation. Not the kind that shouts from pulpits, but the kind that whispers into the depths of the soul and awakens the part of you that has been waiting for explanation. You were not left in the dark. You were held in mystery. But the time of mystery is lifting. And what comes next will not just confirm your pain, it will justify it. Heaven did not forget your tears. Every sigh you gave in secret was recorded in scrolls not written by human hands. Every rejection, every delay, every betrayal, it was not lost in the fog of your struggle. It was measured, weighed, and stored until the appointed moment. And now, that moment begins. This trial had an assignment. It was never chaos. It was never just suffering. It was calibration, divine placement. God shifted you, pulled you back, rerouted you, all for something that is about to unlock. That pain, that rejection, that silence. It was not punishment. It was preparation for prophetic placement. Archangel Michael speaks again, and this time the words come like thunder over still water. This was calibrated to move you into your next level. You were being adjusted. Heaven couldn't release the next until the former was burned off. And now, heaven is releasing signs, confirmations, unmistakable whispers that what you endured has positioned you for inheritance. Pay attention. A door that once shut will open, and this time, it will open without striving. A voice you had not heard in months will call, not for your opinion, but for your presence. A resource you thought had dried up will appear again, this time multiplied. You are stepping into the room heaven has prepared while you wept outside its door. There is a vault being opened, not to the world, not to the crowd, to you. A scroll with your name on it is being unsealed, and you will feel it. A sudden knowing, a moment of clarity, an urge to act on what seemed distant for years. This is not a coincidence. This is your divine reveal. Michael now releases prophetic imagery into your spirit. Keys turning in locks no man has touched. Scrolls opening with your next steps written in golden fire, while dripping from wounds once thought empty. These are not symbols. These are forecasts of what is about to land in your life. You are not guessing anymore. You are entering into divine knowing. But hear this: revelation does not always arrive in full pages. It comes in fragments, in dreams, in sentences that pierce like lightning and leave you breathless. Write them down. Collect them. They are your map. Heaven is not giving you the whole blueprint, just enough to walk the next step. That's all you need. Say this now: I see the purpose. I accept the unlocking. Let your spirit come into agreement with what heaven has stored up. This is not the time to demand the full picture. It is the time to honor the fragments. God reveals in pieces to protect the weight of your becoming. Watch for the signs. A phone call. A word spoken twice in one day. A door once sealed now cracked open. A shift in tone from someone who once dismissed you. These are not coincidences. These are codes from the realm that governs time. You are not being teased, you are being entrusted. The pressure led to purging. The purging led to unlocking. And the unlocking will lead to placement. The countdown is not over. But you have now entered the room where revelation breathes. The next movement belongs to you. Type ISCEIT now in the comments if the revelation is landing in your spirit. Blessing code 9991 is opening what hath been sealed. As heaven begins to unseal the scrolls of your destiny, this is your opportunity to partner with the move of God. What you support in others, God accelerates in you. This isn't about funding a video. This is about fueling a mission that unlocks hearts, restores vision, and ignites prophetic clarity across the nations. When you give, you sow into the flow of revelation, into the same river that just released this word into your life. I declare to you now, give, and I will open the vaults, says the Lord. Your generosity is the trigger for prophetic multiplication. Step into this divine alignment by supporting this channel through super thanks, membership, or a direct PayPal offering. The link is waiting in the description below. What leaves your hand today becomes the oil heaven uses to touch someone else tomorrow. Let your giving be prophetic. Let your support carry eternal weight. Heaven honors every act done in faith. Release the seed. Receive the flow. Watch God move. Heaven has revealed the reason. The veil has been lifted. The whispers have become words, and the signs are now forming sentences across your days. You are not in the dark anymore. You are in the threshold of activation. And now, the voice of Archangel Michael resounds again. Heaven waits for your yes. This is not the kind of yes that comes from pressure. This is not the kind of yes spoken out of desperation. This is the yes of alignment, the yes of spiritual clarity, the yes that turns permission into power. Everything you've walked through, the silence, the betrayal, the testing, the revelation, it was all designed to bring you to this point. The point of decision. The point where heaven leans in and asks, will you step into what I've prepared? Many cry out for breakthrough. Few activate it. Because activation doesn't come through longing. It comes through obedience. And obedience, right now, means movement. A movement that is both internal and external. A movement that starts in the spirit but manifests in action. Heaven is not asking for perfection. It's asking for posture, for faith, for motion. This is where destiny shifts from prophecy to reality. This is where words turn to works. This is where the anointing begins to flow into direction. And your yes doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't need to be dramatic. But it must be true. It must be followed by steps, however small. Heaven does not bless emotion. It blesses obedience. You don't need to feel ready. You need to agree. Say this now. Yes, Lord. I step in. I accept what you have appointed. I move, even if I move afraid. Let this be your declaration, your contract in the Spirit. Because once your yes is spoken in alignment, angels begin to move around your word. Heaven releases acceleration when obedience is activated. Take the first step. Whatever it is, write the message, make the call, complete the project, set the boundary, apply, release, repent, forgive. Heaven is not waiting for your success. It's waiting for your movement. The flood always follows the step. The water didn't part before the priests moved. The wind didn't blow before the bones were prophesied to. Faith moves first. And don't underestimate small actions. 3 inches of obedience can unlock 3 miles of breakthrough. You don't need the whole staircase. You only need the next step. Speak your yes. Then live it, day by day, hour by hour, prayer by prayer. Your faithfulness in this next week will shift atmospheres. Set a rhythm. Every morning, declare your yes. Midday, check your heart and your alignment. In the evening, thank God for the unseen moves He made because you dared to act. Accountability is vital now. You cannot afford to walk this next phase alone. Appoint someone, 1 or 2 trusted voices, to walk with you, to ask you, what step have you taken today? This isn't control. This is partnership in destiny. What is birthed in obedience is nurtured in community. And above all, recognize this: not every opportunity is yours. Not every open door is divine. That's why your yes must be anchored in discernment, not desperation. You will be offered roles, connections, chances to speak, and some of them will be distractions wearing opportunity's mask. Learn to say yes with conviction. Learn to say no with peace. You do not owe anyone access that heaven hasn't approved. When the moment comes, and it will, you will feel the tug, the pull, the invitation. When it comes, do not delay. Do not overthink. Look it in the eye and say with fire in your soul, I receive this as stewardship for heaven's purposes. Or if it is not your door, say with equal clarity, I decline with peace. Heaven is my provider. Your decisions now are gateways, not just choices. Document what unfolds. Write down what happens in these next 7 days. Because the fingerprints of God will be everywhere, and what you track will multiply. This is how the obedient live, alert, aligned, anchored. This is your season to move with courage. And heaven, all of heaven, backs the bold obedience of a prepared heart. Type my YES is active in the comments if you are stepping into destiny today. Blessing code 7711 is now unlocking gates prepared just for you. There is a chamber, not made with hands, not found on maps, not visible to the untrained eye, but it exists. It is real. It is eternal. And in that chamber, transactions are being made on your behalf, even now. Archangel Michael stands at its gate, not as a mere observer but as an advocate, as a negotiator of divine justice, as a heavenly representative assigned to oversee what the enemy attempted to steal and what heaven has vowed to return. You must understand this clearly. The losses you suffered were not ignored. They were long, itemized, measured against your covenant. Not one moment of betrayal went unnoticed. Not one tear fell without witness. Every act of obedience, every secret pain, every silent yes, it all entered the spiritual ledger. And now, the books are being opened. The weight of heaven is leaning in to restore what was stolen, what was delayed, and what was quietly taken while you were under pressure. This is the silent exchange. The kind of exchange that does not begin with applause but with alignment. While you sleep, heaven speaks. While you cry, heaven records. While you wait, heaven prepares the reversal. You are not forgotten. You are being compensated. And not with leftovers, not with scraps, but with restoration measured in heaven's abundance, not man's estimation. Michael speaks again. Your case has been heard in the halls of justice. Your pain has been presented, and your harvest is in motion. The scales are tilting back in your favor. There is no begging in this chamber, no manipulation. You do not plead for what is rightfully yours. You receive because you are in covenant, and covenant does not forget. In this realm, there is a divine economy, but it does not function like the systems of man. Here loss becomes currency. Here sacrifice becomes seed. Here delay becomes acceleration. The Father wastes nothing. What was intended to break you is now the very thing being used to elevate you. Heaven is not just returning what you lost. Heaven is returning it with evidence, with interest, and with increase. But this exchange is quiet. It doesn't always make noise. There will be no trumpet blast when it begins. There will be no headline in your inbox. It will come in sudden peace, an unexplained favor, in an unexpected yes, in a door that opens that you didn't even knock on. You will know, not by noise but by knowing, a deep, resonant sense that heaven has just moved in your favor. And even now, angels are present, writing, weighing, watching. Some carry scrolls with your name. Others guard what is returning. Some are shifting the placement of resources, moving funds, moving relationships, moving opportunities into position. There are ancestors, cloud of witnesses, standing in silent agreement, watching what they prayed for now unfold in your life. You are living in the answer to someone else's intercession. You must participate in this exchange with purity. This is not the time for vengeance, not the time to settle scores, not the time to make announcements. Heaven will vindicate you better than your mouth ever could. All that is required is obedience, humility, and awareness. So take inventory. Each night, write what you feel returning. If peace came, record it. If a burden lifted, note it. If clarity arrived, honor it. These are signs. Each one a deposit. Each one a confirmation. These become your testimony, your evidence, your prophetic receipts. Say this aloud now. Nothing is lost. It is being returned, with witnesses, with weight, with wonder. That is not hope. It is covenant. That is not imagination. It is a decree being fulfilled. You are standing in a supernatural negotiation, and heaven is leaning in your favor. This is the part of the countdown the enemy fears most, because it is where what he stole is forcefully, silently, undeniably being reclaimed. Type "It's coming back to me" in the comments if you feel the exchange happening. Blessing code 3030 is now initiating a divine reversal in your atmosphere. The moment has arrived. The silence has had its purpose. The stillness has served its power. But now comes the sound of shifting. Now comes the echo of spiritual justice moving through dimensions. The time of compensation is not near. It is here. And Archangel Michael now speaks with unwavering force. Divine reversal is active. What was taken returns multiplied. Let these words ring louder than every lie, louder than every slander, louder than every delayed promise. This is not karma. This is not fate. This is heaven's legal response to what the enemy tried to rewrite. This is God's correction of the misalignment that was sent to steal your momentum. It is not coming someday. It is unfolding now, in real time. And those who thought they buried you are about to witness what happens when a child of covenant is backed by the courtrooms of heaven. You were not forsaken, you were positioned. And now, as justice flows like a river, every unjust outcome, every unfair silence, every wrongful dismissal is being revisited with fire and favor. This is the season of the tipping scale. What was withheld from you, what was denied you, what was twisted to look like failure, it is all coming into balance under the hand of the righteous judge. Heaven does not forget, and heaven does not settle for partial return. What is being returned will not come back in the same measure. It will come back pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not a spiritual concept. This is a literal shift in your life. Doors that closed will open, not because you knocked again, but because heaven reversed the verdict. Michael stands at the center of this movement, commanding the angelic legions who now move to enforce justice. He is not asking permission. He is not negotiating. He is executing judgment. The same sword that guarded you in silence is now the sword that cuts through injustice like smoke. The same angels that shielded your tears are now announcing your reward. Watch carefully. You will see sudden favor. You will hear a different tone in the voices of those who once mocked you. Those who dismissed you will begin to echo what they once doubted. Not because of you, but because heaven has shifted your name into a new atmosphere. Your reversal will be visible. It will be undeniable. It will be holy. But let your posture remain clean. This is not the hour for retaliation. Do not touch what heaven is handling. The Father brings justice with poetry, not with violence, but with divine irony. He will elevate you in the same place where they rejected you. He will pour oil on you in the very room they tried to remove you from. But it will not be through bitterness. It will be through blessing. Your story is becoming a testimony of redemptive justice. Others will point and say, "I thought they were finished." But they didn't see the courtroom. They didn't hear the verdict. They didn't witness the holy exchange behind the veil. They only saw the pause, but now they'll see the power. Say it now, not as a hope but as a decree. What was taken returns to me with increase. Again, justice moves on my behalf. I release vengeance to heaven. These words unlock the final layer of restoration. Your clean hands are the key to multiplied return. Do not get distracted by old conversations. The reward is too near. And here's the secret. The enemy's schemes are self-destructing. What he built to destroy you is now the very thing being used to promote you. His attacks have become the fuel of your ascension. His accusations have become the backdrop for your vindication. The darkness only made the light more undeniable. This is not compensation. It is redemption. It is reversal. It is recognition. And it is holy. Type "justice is mine" in the comments if you are standing in this reversal. Blessing code 6644 is unlocking what was delayed. The countdown is complete. The seconds have fallen like fire from the altar of heaven. The scroll has been read. The seal has been broken. The hidden hath been revealed. And now, Archangel Michael speaks one final time in this sacred dispatch. The final second is here. Step forward. You have been seen. You have been summoned. You have been sent. This was not just a message. It was an appointment. September 18 was never just a date on a calendar. It was etched in eternity before you were born. It was written in the book of divine timings, assigned specifically to mark your transition from wandering to walking, from pressure to placement, from hiddenness to holy visibility. And now that moment is here. You did not stumble into this revelation. You were led here, chosen, set apart, marked by fire. Heaven has spoken your name aloud in rooms where your feet have not yet walked. Your tears were seen. Your silence was heard. Your pain was not wasted. And the reward is not far. It is now. Let your spirit rest in this promise. You are sealed. You are covered. You are known. No enemy's plan can undo what heaven has ordained. No betrayal can reverse what God has prepared. The tests were many, but the oil is flowing. The confusion was deep, but the clarity is louder now. And the path ahead has been cleared by angels who walk before you. So now receive this blessing, spoken from the courts of heaven, echoed by the warrior who guarded your transition. Archangel Michael, stand guard. Let the sealed promises of heaven locate and restore what belongs to this child of destiny. Let no counterforce prevail. Let no delay remain. Let the gates open wide. Let favor rest heavily. Let the name of the Father be glorified through their rise. Now speak this aloud, as a seal upon your soul. I am sealed, seen, and sent. I receive what heaven returns, and I step into my appointed place. No more delay. No more hiding. No more rehearsing old wounds. This is the day of holy action. This is the hour where your yes becomes a movement in the earth. You carry heaven's backing. You walk with angelic reinforcement. The storm did not drown you. It baptized you. The silence did not end you. It purified you. Go now. In quiet power. Move with the stealth of wisdom and the fire of destiny. Let your pace match heaven's rhythm. Let your words be few and your obedience full. Do not explain. Do not apologize for the favor. Do not retreat into smallness. The moment has been given to you. Do not hand it back. May your name be honored in the courts of heaven. May divine reversal visit your household. May the weight of glory rest upon your head like a crown forged in fire. And may strength rise within you like the dawn, slow, certain, and unstoppable. Keep this message private, as instructed. The power is in the intimacy. Do not broadcast what was meant to be sacred. Heaven moves best in hidden places, and you are now walking with revelation that was never meant for the crowd. This message ends where it began, with a countdown. But now, the seconds have fallen, and with the final one, a door opens. When the 10th second passes, step forward. The countdown concludes. Your next season begins. Type "I am sent" in the comments if you receive the final seal. Blessing code 1010 has been released over your future. You've just stepped through a sacred door. You've received a word sealed in the fire of heaven and delivered through the sword of Michael. Now, you have a chance to help carry this anointing into the lives of others who are still waiting for their countdown to begin. This message is more than content. It's a divine commission. I hear the Spirit say, "Freely you received. Now open the gates for others." Sow into the voice that carried your breakthrough. Your giving activates the flow. Your obedience plants a seed in eternity. Support this mission through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or directly via PayPal. The link is in the video description. This isn't fundraising. This is fueling a prophetic wave that will not be silenced. Every gift is a door opened, a life touched, a soul awakened. So rise. Give. Declare with your action what your spirit already knows. I believe in this move of God, and I am part of it. Move with heaven. Give as led. Favor will follow.